Brands. So this is a reminder that there are plenty of scalpels available on my online store, hotmetalknives.com. You can also check them out on my Etsy store. The thing is, if you buy them from my website, I get more money because Etsy takes like a small little percentage. But here is the scalpel. This is my most successful product. I've made hundreds of these. They're sold all over the world. Japan, Africa, South America, North America, Hawaii, man. All the way to Hawaii and Alaska and Russia and all over. This is the only product that I've made, like produced and sold, which has basically what you could say a global presence. Every single person loves these. Everybody that uses them loves them. And there's many good reasons for that. It's very light. The whole package with the sheath is under 30 grams. It's a very, very lightweight, very strong product. Because it's a paracord handle like this and you don't have scales, there aren't any holes anywhere in the tang. This is full steel all the way. And then the way they're produced is that the actual profile of the steel is plasma cut at a facility, and then the box of like 300 plus scalpels is sent to a place across the country at a heat treating facility where they're professionally heat treated by an actual heat treating service and company. When they arrive here, that's when I do the grinding, and I do wet grinding. They're ground under a tremendous amount of water cooling, and that's the only way to get maximum edge retention when grinding Scandi grind, because you know there isn't actually very much metal on the edge, so you got to be very careful when you grind these kind of things, especially when they're hard. There's a lot more abrasion resistance. So this is made professionally. This is a very, very well thought out product, and the origins of it are pretty good, kind of interesting. There was a local manufacturer that makes kitchen knives, and I went to go and visit them. We went for a little chat, and they had these massive sheets of EDC RV2 that had all their profiles cut out, because he would keep the sheets of which his profiles were cut from. And so I was like, it's EDC RV2, I'll figure something out. So I took them all in, and I got like 20 stacks of these completely cut out sheets of metal, and I laid them out on the ground, and I sat there looking and thinking what sort of products, what sort of knives I can make from this like scrap metal. And I noticed on one sheet, actually it was a couple sheets, that there was basically the outline of this scalpel. It was between two cut blades. I think they were like fillet knives, and you had this shape going all the way up. And so I just cut them all out, drilled holes in the back of them, and heat treated them, and that was the first iteration of the scalpel design. And they were all slightly different in variation, and the construction was, they were each quite different from one another. It wasn't as refined. And when those sold out, and there was like 100 of those, then we started producing these. And these are CAD drawn. They're down to specific design requirements. And then, so these are all consistent, and they're all pretty much the exact same. Aside from all the color options. So you got red, purple, blue, black. There's all these different color options for underneath the paracord, and then there's sheath options too. And you can go through my website hotmetalknives.com and order one for yourself. They're about 50 euros each handmade, and I think that price range is really appealing to anybody in the world with any, from any type of, we got people from all over the world buying these, right? If something's overpriced, it means that you're going to exclude yourself from certain parts of the world that can't afford to buy certain things. So the price range is on point for this. Now, don't mind these little specks here and there. Those are just because this one's been heavily used, and so there's a little bit of rust and a little bit of gunk and stuff like that. Now, what makes this appealing is that actually in a lot of countries it's legal to carry this because the blade is so short. We got a very, very, very short blade here. I don't remember all the dimensions, but It's roughly around 5.2 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. So small enough to get anything done. Whether, you know, if you're opening boxes or making a fire, this is more than enough. And what complements the short blade is the full length handle. So having a full length handle like this really allows you to have a full grip. And when you have a full grip like this, especially if it sticks out a little bit from the other side, you see, like that, that allows you to apply a lot of force in what you're doing and a lot of control over what you're doing. And if you must, you don't need to put your thumb behind the edge, behind on the steel. You can actually put your thumb here, right there, and that's actually quite comfortable. So it also allows you to cut with a lot of force, even with your thumb behind here, because you're not resting your thumb behind the spine. And that's actually very important when you're cutting wood, because if your thumb is behind the blade like this is such a narrow blade that your thumb kind of gets in the way. So being able to actually put your thumb back here allows you to really carve stuff very nicely. We've got electricians, we've got combat medics. I've had a combat medic bulk order these. You know, every sort of person is buying these, and especially women. Women appeal to this design a lot. I've had women from South America buy these for self-defense. They keep these as like purse knives. And it doesn't just have to be in your purse. This locking mechanism here clicks them in, so you can actually carry them on a necklace very safely, and they stay there. I've fallen asleep in bed with this around my neck and woken up in the morning and it was still in the sheath. Now, I don't recommend that you do that. It was not intentional, it was an accident. But like that. And when I carry it around my neck, I carry it like this way around, so I can grab it and then push here with my thumb. You're not gonna cut your thumb doing this. This is just the way the mechanism works, because I don't like putting unnecessary lips up here that can snag on things, and I don't like to cut these kind of finger grooves into the sheath, because this way you get at least slightly more. It's slightly more sealed. They're not, you know, they're not 100% sealed, but like this, I think is the most efficient design for the sheath. And you just push like that. And then when you put it back in, it's very simple. You just find it and then push it in like that. It's a very well thought out product. I'm very pleased with this. It's nice that it's now all over the world, and I've sent emails to manufacturers to see if any of them want to produce this, if any of them could produce it, because it would be nice to get this product to grow beyond my forge and beyond my own capabilities, because it's a one-man operation here, grinding and doing all the sheaths and all the and all the paracord handles myself on these. So this is the HMK Scalpel EDC. You can get them from my website at hotmetalknives.com. You'll be very pleased with this product. It's very affordable for the price quality ratio especially, and it's a fun little blade to have with you. It's very easy to carry it with you everywhere you go, because it's so light, because it's so small. You can really just, it's not like there's a lot of EDC knives that are very large, and if you get caught carrying those, you're in trouble. This one, not so much, especially because this is, legal in most countries to carry. Now, in terms of fighting styles, there's a lot of martial artists that appreciate that full grip, right? You can put your thumb here, you can, like this, and then there's of course the punch grip, like this, and of course this is, quite comfortable place to rest your thumb, so you got that extended reach if you gotta stab with it. So this is something that one of the CRKT guys taught me, this grip. And this is actually quite a nice grip, because it's very difficult to block from. This you can block here, only like this you can block here, but like this you can stab into the block. So it's very difficult to defend yourself from that kind of grip. So overall, it's really like a multi-tool in the sense that, you know, you can use it for pretty much anything you want, and it has some, you know, self-defense capabilities for those who can legally do that. And again, under 30 grams, very lightweight. EDC RB2, it's around 61 Rockwell hardness, 62 Rockwell hardness. It's actually quite hard. That's really all there is to it, guys. So hotmetalknives.com, you can get yourself one of these. It's one of the best sort of entry level. It's the best entry level knife into my company. If you don't have one of my knives and you want to kind of test out some of the products, this is definitely like the best place to start. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.